Welcome to New Mexico Black Rifle Operators Union. I'm your host, Sean. Tonight, from Twitter, do you know who Phil Labonte is? He's from a band called All That Remains. He's very much a libertarian, very much a cool dude. That's why I'm going to share his Twitter post, because he puts things out on public notice just because, well, that's how real men do things. They don't hide things. From the LA Times, though, they have an article, and it says, "Is California ready for black people to legally carry guns in public?" Okay, I don't know where to start exactly, except for there is exactly zero of anyone in the 2A community that has ever had a problem with a black man owning a firearm. One of our biggest advocates is Colion Noir. Dude is smooth as hell. We love him to death. He's one of our own, and he advocates all the time for us. When we saw the guys out there protesting, carrying their guns, the only problem we had from the 2A community, and I'm saying this speaking for the whole community, even though I think that this horse has been beaten several times, because Black Guns Matter, 2A rights are for everyone. Whatever spectrum you are on, whatever political spectrum you're on, it doesn't matter. The 2A is for everyone that is an American citizen. But when they were out there protesting, and they had an all-black group that was out there protesting with firearms, no problem, except for they had a negligent discharge. That's the only thing that was wrong with that rally. I absolutely want to see as many people, whether you're gay, straight, white, black, Asian, Hispanic, brown, like me, anyone that's an American citizen, this is your right. This is your right to defense. And I absolutely am horrified that there's a city in the United States that actually posts something like this in there. This is actually a newspaper of notice, or a newspaper of record for the United States. This in the New York Times. Really? This is an opinion piece. But as Phil says, sorry Dave, sorry Phil, I keep saying it too. I kept thinking of my buddy Dave, who's a fan of yours. What Phil says here, what the actual F? Really, he's right. I mean, I cannot think of anyone. In the 2A community, I've gotten the biggest welcomes just because of the guns I like. I don't understand at all why this would trigger a reaction from anyone. And anyone who lives or reads this rag and actually thinks this is how reality is, no. Absolutely, I think that anyone that's in the poorer parts of the world or poorer parts of the neighborhood, not saying that because of his race, that in the picture, I'm saying that because if you live in the bad part of the world, you probably should be able to defend yourself. Whether you're white or black or Hispanic or whoever, if you're in the wrong side of the tracks and that's all you can afford, you damn well have every right to defend yourself, because guaranteed the cops aren't going to be there as fast as they would be anywhere else. I say that because they're overburdened in those areas. They don't have enough cops for more poor rural areas. So they're usually in the more affluent areas. There is a definite economic thing here. People that sign checks tend to get people closer to them. So when I saw this earlier this morning, and this was, way early this morning when I saw this, probably at 6 in the morning when I saw this tweet. And Twitter is junk, and I think Phil treats it like it needs to be treated. He gets on there and he has a good time. So do all the people I follow on Twitter. Rarely do I see anything of note unless Jack Posobiec posts it up, or Tim Pool sees it necessary to not troll and actually post something newsworthy. Michael Mellis is a great someone you should follow just to see the entertainment value. Dave Smith, as you can tell, I'm a little bit more of a libertarian. But I was awestruck when I saw this tweet. Like, why? Why would it matter what race the person is if they can legally carry? And if they can legally carry, what thus ends the discussion as far as I'm concerned. You know, maybe there wouldn't be such a crime spree in California if more people were carrying. You know, be damned the race politics that they're trying to, or the identity politics they're trying to shoehorn into this issue. I mean, seriously, this is anyone's right. You know, and if you're going to a store and you're afraid of being mugged, why not be able to defend yourself? You know? So, yes, I think the left has lost their mind continually, and the people in power in the media and the legacy media, like newspapers, like TV stations, they cling to this narrative that there's some sort of divisive thing with race in the 2A community. 2A guys don't care. There, you will get more of an argument between Glock and 1911 and AR and AK in the 2A community before you will anything on race. No one cares. And it's almost the same, if not the same, when it comes to who you sleep with. The 2A community doesn't care. We care about people being able to defend themselves and do it responsibly and not be a dumbass while doing it. So this is a non-issue for almost everyone in the world, especially in the United States. Yes, there are fringes on the far left and on the far right. Those people may have an issue with race. Those of us that are in the 2A community all the time advocating and trying to represent the best we have to offer, this is a non-issue and hasn't been ever. The original gun laws were actually put on the books to keep people of color from having firearms. So yeah, you're banning anything and everything. Those have racist roots. Perhaps maybe you should stop doing that. You know, at the same time you're taking away cops from people, and now you're wanting to take away their, or you have been for years trying to take away their right to defend themselves. No. Like I said, the 2A doesn't care your race, doesn't care your sexual orientation. The 2A doesn't care. The 2A loves all American citizens equally. Whether we agree on some politics or not, it doesn't matter. You have the right to being alive. You have a right to exist. To that end, you have a right to defend yourself so you can exist. Rumble, share, subscribe, be great. Like if you find it on any of the podcasting streams anywhere else. Have a good night.